going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Broad Street Bulls. This is season 1, episode 15 already, and man, it's been a little bit over 2 weeks since we have had a show. It just seems that every time that our show is scheduled, the Monday and Friday nights at 9 p.m., it just seems the Sixers game is always on, and we just, we just cannot miss out on that Sixers game. Everyone wants to see that, and it's just playoff time, which we understand and everything. So that's just how it's working out. Last night, again, was a Sixers game at night. We missed out. But today, me and George were able to put our schedules together and be able to get a show on tonight. Special episode 7 o'clock, which is such a weird time that we have not done yet on a Tuesday. We're here. We just want to talk so much. So much stuff is going on over the weekend. We have so much, a jam-packed show today with starting off, going over the Sixers. We know Embiid is out with an injury. Game 1 did not look good at all last night for the Sixers. But again, we will deep dive more into that as the show goes on. After that, NFL draft was last week, and we and George have not had a chance to talk about that yet. So many moves made. Eagles getting Jordan Davis in the first round, along with trading the other first-round pick for A.J. Brown and a couple other really good draft picks. Howie Roseman is looking a little bit better so far, but again, we will also jump into that as well. And then we will end it off, of course, like we always do, me and George's top thing to talk about. Got to talk about the Phillies right now. George, hit me with an update. Are we still down 2-0 over the Rangers?
Down 2-0, but we're about to see Schwartz at lead off again. So that's
all right.
Joe G brightening up a little bit. Nice.
There you go. So we will be going over the Phillies game. As you keep on going, any updates, I know George will keep us updated as well throughout the show. Game started at what? 6:45 today? 6:45 today. So we will see a good portion of the game throughout this show. But that's what we will end it off with. Again, right after this, 8 o'clock, we do have Fairway to Heaven with your host, Phil Stifle, over there. And I'm sure he has some other good people on, and always great with Phil over there. But that's what we got for today. Let's start off with this Sixers team, George. We face Toronto in the first series. We look strong, coming out 3-0. Everyone is very excited. It definitely lifted my spirits up. And then we lose 2 straight in very, very bad fashion. And then game 6, we come back and just totally destroy Toronto. Just what we should have been doing all series. It's fine. Happened a little bit late. But Embiid caught an elbow from Pascal Siakam towards the end of the game. Embiid's out for at least the first 2 games of this Miami series. Embiid is the most important player on this Sixers team. We don't have to debate that or really speak more of that. That's the kind of player that Joel Embiid is. And when he's not on the court, the rest of the team looks really, really bad. And we see that now. James Harden, when he came to this team, he's supposed to be the guy that if Embiid's not playing, he steps up. Or if he doesn't, maybe someone else. No one stepped up. And I get it. Miami, again, it's a playoff team. A good basketball team. I don't want to take anything away from Miami. But again, this is a series that the Sixers should be taking and probably should be able to take without Miami, with the names that are on the team. But when you actually see how the team is playing, we don't even deserve to be in Miami's conversation without Joel Embiid. That's what I truly believe. And I thought that before game 1. I don't think that the Sixers are a good team without Joel Embiid at all. So hopefully we get him in game 3. George, can you sway my opinion the other way at all? Or is this just a bad team right now without Embiid?
No, we're not a very good team without Joel Embiid. It's just true. And I know it's like James Harden's supposed to be the guy, take over. He's not that guy anymore. And he's a good basketball player. He's a very, very good basketball player. But he's not the guy. He's not the guy to take over. He's more like, seems like we're in the James Harden era now, where it's step backs, drive the lane, get some charges, and dish. And then, like, he had 5 assists last night, but, like, we also made 6 3-pointers last night. So,
right.
Yeah, that number could have been way up. It wasn't good. And DeAndre Jordan, I don't even know if you want to get started on that. He is god-awful. He was a minus 22 in 17 minutes.
Yeah.
He was a minus 12, Jeremy, in the first 4 minutes of the game yesterday. 4 minutes. It just seems like he doesn't know what to do out there. And he's a big body that can't get boards. He had 2
Yeah,
rebounds last
he had 2 rebounds last night.
Dude, he had 2 rebounds the entire night. It's like I don't like it, and I don't know if you saw Docker's quote after the game. We're gonna keep starting DJ. We like DJ, whether you like it or not. We're gonna keep starting him. It's like I don't know what he's thinking. B-ball Paul in every aspect, it just brings more to the table, and he's making those young kid mistakes. It seems like, but maybe if Doc played him a little more during the regular season instead of DeAndre Jordan, then that stuff would have been resolved, and like chemistry would have been resolved, and everything like that. So it sucks. I don't think DeAndre Jordan should be starting, but I don't think anybody thinks that except for Doc. I don't know. I don't know why he assumes that is the best option. It is. It's very sad situation we're debating on DeAndre Jordan and B-ball Paul to be your starter. I'm arguing to get Bassey minutes in there because like Bassey probably gives you better than DJ does. So it's like we're in a dumpster fire right now. And if it was a terrible shooting night, like Maxey stepping into those deep threes that I like have fallen before, and I'm not mad at him for it, but he was 1 for 6 from 3, and you get some of those 3-pointers falling in this game is probably much more what's the word, serviceable. I guess it's just much more in reach, and you have a chance. And maybe we're looking at the score and thinking, okay, not too bad, but everybody shot bad. It's like Tobias looked good, and everyone else was just nothing. Like Korkmaz was the 4th leading scorer in the team yesterday.
Don't even bring up his name.
Yeah, that's just like that's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I don't expect to shoot like that next game, but the Heat also shot terrible this game. And Tyler Hero was just on fire. And it's like you're screaming at the TV all night, just hunt Tyler. If Hero is on the court, hunt him on defense, dude. He is such a bad defender. Use Maxey's speed because that's one of the biggest things that we're gonna have to need. Like we're gonna have to use. It's one of the biggest assets that we have on the court is Maxey's speed past everybody. So I'm okay with him like taking off and driving to the rim and all that. It's things just in general were terrible in game 1, and we get out of half with a 1-point lead. Like we make a comeback. We're resilient, which you don't see from this team often, like the resilience like that, and they're doing it. So that it felt really good at halftime to be up by 1 after being down terribly in the first 5 DeAndre Jordan minutes. Like it was awful. So I don't know how to feel. I don't like what Doc's doing. I don't like seeing Cork, DeAndre Jordan, and Tease on the floor at the same time.
No.
That definitely concerns me, Jeremy. It definitely concerns me. Starting DeAndre Jordan concerns me. I don't know. I think they have a plan. It's just last night their shots were not falling, and it was a terrible, terrible shooting performance. And we want James Harden to be that like number 1 guy and like step up and be that dude. I don't know if he's gonna be that dude, but I really am praying that somehow we do see that James Harden tomorrow.
Yeah. And the problem with DeAndre Jordan, and I can't really blame him because all of us know that DeAndre Jordan is not the player he used to be.
He's the worst basketball player in the NBA.
Not even close.
You can say it.
That's fine. That's fine. And obviously he's going to take the opportunity. He's not going to be like, no, don't start me. Like B-ball Paul is better. He's not going to say that. So I can't even blame him. Doc Rivers, and this is what all of us have said. This team is very talented, but a big reason as to why we are going to lose is because of Doc Rivers. And that's something I've been trying to express throughout this entire time is have all the faith you want, but remember these past 2 years that Doc Rivers has put us through. And it seems like, again, I don't think that the B-ball Paul starting over Andre Drummond is going to be the reason why we win ball games, but it's going to be something that we remember like, okay, but like, it's like the what if factor. And it's something that Doc Rivers is very stuck in his ways about. Last year, Doc Rivers was stuck in his ways with Ben Simmons the entire time. Now, Andre Drummond. DeAndre Jordan doesn't play his biggest role as Ben Simmons was supposed to last year, But again, it's Doc being stuck in his ways. It's Doc not coaching how he should be coaching, and he is the letdown of this Sixers team. He is what will bring this Sixers team down. If we had Embiid, again, this team is talented enough with Joel Embiid to beat a team like the Raptors, to beat a team like the Heat. But once you go on to face a team like Boston or a team like Milwaukee, it doesn't matter how talented your team is at that point. If Doc Rivers is your head coach, I have zero faith that you will move on. I have zero faith. I don't believe that this team, with or without Joel Embiid, can beat either one of those next two teams. With a good coach, I think they can. I think they are talented enough, but they don't have the coaching to back it up. And this case of this DeAndre Jordan, Paul Reed is a very small, foreshadowing for it. It's just, we're seeing how Doc Rivers really is as a coach. So it's hard for me to give him any props, even when he does do well, because I know that he still did something very wrong in those situations. So I really do not believe this team will do much with or without Embiid. This series is going to be hard to come back for. I don't see this team beating them without Embiid. And when he does come back, that we're at least down 2-0. We don't even know if Embiid will be back by game 3. That's still a question mark. And if he's out game 3, I don't believe that we have any shot in this series.
Yeah, stealing one next game would be the most ideal thing.
That's almost a make or break situation right there. This is
really in Miami, dude. If you steal one in Miami, you're fine.
I think so.
Then, if you're down 2-0, Joel is no matter what, he's gonna say, "Get me on that fucking court." He's gonna, that's just what it's gonna be. And I do think he plays game 3. I think he clears, and once he clears, he's gonna play. He's gonna put the mask on, and we're gonna roll. But yeah,
I hope so.
Doc Rivers, he's a bonehead. It's a very simple thing that we're talking about. DeAndre Jordan, just watch him last night, man. He was really, really, really bad. He looked like he was the worst basketball player in the world. He really did. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything on the court productive. And if Doc truly believes that DeAndre Jordan gives you more effective minutes than B-Ball Paul, ship him to LA now. Just get him out of here.
He's stuck in his ways.
Start the vet. Start the veteran. I don't want to play that young kid. Start the veteran. He did it. He did it all year. And the Phils are about to tie the game. So that's cool also.
Why do you say that? Update, please.
They did tie the game. Reese, first and second. Left fielder goes for a diving catch and misses it, and it goes by him. Reese stand-up double, 2-run score.
God, this team always does well when the fielding's terrible on the other side. I hate it.
Yeah, so Doc Rivers is just a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. I don't understand it. Some of those, I get you don't have a lot to play with. I understand that. It's not blaming him for that. It is what it is. But you can do much, much better to try to win this series. And it's not in question. And
I agree.
It starts with not starting DeAndre Jordan. That's what it starts with.
I agree. I really do. And just other parts of that game last night, Tobias, for some reason, who has been the most consistent player throughout this entire playoff run, by the way, that everyone was talking all that trash on Tobias. Dude's doing his thing over there. I love it.
Rightfully so, though. If you talked your shit on Tobias, it was rightful. But now, good job.
He's doing good. He's doing good. But just real quick, because I know we're already 15 minutes into the segment, James Harden just straight up needs to be more aggressive. Just plain out simple. I don't want to hear the James Harden isn't a player he used to be, because he was doing it last year. I don't know exactly what's going on, and I hate using maybe there's something going on in his head, because we know how Philadelphia takes that.
Nah.
I'm not saying it's anywhere close to the Ben Simmons level. But there has to be something. Why isn't he being aggressive? If he's not doing it when Embiid's on the court, I don't want him being the aggressive player like he was when Joel Embiid is on the court. I don't want that Rockets James Harden when he's on the court. But the thing is, Embiid's not on the court right now. You need the guy that's going to go out there and score 30 or 35 points. Embiid is that guy every night, But when he's not, we need someone else to be that guy. Tobias hit his cap last night. That's all he could do. He's not doing any more than that. You're not going to get that every night. Maxey, he's 21 years old. You cannot expect Tyrese Maxey to become Joel Embiid last night. But you know who you can expect to be Joel Embiid last night? James Harden. That's what you need to expect. We gave up. I know it's Ben Simmons, but we gave up a big trade for James Harden to be the second star, to be the guy that we can count on when we cannot count on Joel Embiid. Last night was the first opportunity for him to do that. And he puts up 13 shots and scores 16 points. Come on, man. That is not, again, if you have that kind of night when Embiid's on the court, that's fine because that means you're facilitating. You're not supposed to do that with DeAndre Jordan and Paul Reed on the court.
Yeah.
You need to go out there. He should be scoring 30 points. We haven't said it all season. Last night was the first time that we say James Harden should score 30 points tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care. James Harden should be scoring 30 points minimum. And he comes out here, puts up 13 shots. Come on, George. 13 shots last night James Harden put up.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy just dunked for the first time as a Sixer, 2 games ago?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I'm with you. Like
Come on.
He's got to shoot more when Embiid's out. 100%.
That's it.
But dude, I love James Harden. I think James Harden is really, really good at basketball. I think he's a great, great, great basketball player. James Harden, I want him to give you those 30-point games when Embiid's out. I just don't think he can do it anymore. We've seen flashes of it, and it's awesome. And when that step back three is on, it is on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to be consistent as it used to be. It isn't. And I know last night, 16, 9, and 5, it looks awful. 5 for 13 shooting looks terrible. 2 for 7 from 3 does not look good. No. It's not. If some of those shots are falling, he's near a triple-double last night, and it's a different story. But he's just got to score, man. And I wish he would be more aggressive because Maxey's the only one that's going to be driving the rim like that. Harden's got to give it to you too, and Harden can drive, and he's going to take charge. He's going to draw charges, and that's just what he's going to do. I would love for him to just take off, just put the team on his back. It just seems like it has to be more of a collective when Embiid's out. It has to be more like Harden, Maxey, and Tobias, and hopefully 2 of them are on because we saw last night one of them was on last night, and it didn't end at all well, not even close, not at all what we wanted. So, yeah, I'm with you. I need James Harden. He took 13 shots in Game 6, and he dropped 20.
Me off, dude.
He took 13 in Game 6, and he dropped 22. Come on, man. I'm with you.
It's frustrating. That's fine. You know, it wasn't frustrating last week, though. And we're gonna put out negativity for a little bit. Oh, you got something else?
3-2 Phillies.
3-2 Phillies. There we go. Take the lead. Let's get back to 500.
Yeah.
But something that wasn't negative last week, something that I actually expected negativity, but I didn't see negativity out of this at all. And this guy's cocky about it too. He was happy about what he did. Howie Roseman had a great couple of days throughout this NFL draft. Let me tell you. You guys have all seen it. First round, we go into the draft with 10 picks. We don't really know what to expect. Eagles trade up 15-13, jump ahead of the Baltimore Ravens. And I think at that time, most of us knew what was happening because we all knew that Baltimore wanted an interior defensive lineman. So we kind of knew the Eagles were going more with the Jordan Davis route, which is fine. It wasn't my top pick. It's not the exciting pick. It's not the sexy pick, but it's a guy that's going to help this team win day one. Their other first round pick, 18th pick overall, I believe it was. Howie Roseman decides to call it the Tennessee Titans. He says, Tennessee, I see you got A.J. Brown. 1 year left on his deal. Do you really want to pay him $25 million? Because if you're not, I'll give you a first-round pick right now. They say yes, hang up the phone, and A.J. Brown is a Philadelphia Eagle. 4-year deal, $100 million, $25 million a year, $57 million guaranteed.
Yep.
And A.J. Brown is a Philadelphia Eagle. 24 years old. Have him for the next 4 years. On the other side of Devontae Smith. So coming out of day one, the Eagles end up with an amazing athlete at D tackle. A guy that we know he's only been a 2-down guy in college. A guy that can most likely get transitioned into 3. I think he can transition to a 3-down guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles would not have drafted a 2-down guy if they didn't believe that he could actually become more than that. So
National champion.
I love it. Off the Georgia defense. An amazing Georgia defense.
Come on.
And then we get a star wide receiver. Great day one out of Howie Roseman.
We have 2 star wide receivers now?
And after I bring up all this positivity, we will have a small Jalen Hurts conversation. Because that's what all leads down to.
Yeah.
That's what all leads down to. Day 2 comes around. Round 2 in NFL draft. We are expecting more defense. That's what we want. We want the defense. We want the linebackers. We want the secondary. And we come out and we get Cam Jurgens, center out of Nebraska.
Let me ask you, did you expect Nakobe Dean there?
I did. I expected Nakobe Dean then and there.
Everyone, I was at someone's house and I looked at my phone and I was like, Eagles are about to pick. Nakobe Dean's still on the board.
I thought there was no way.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, when the pick first happened, I was not very happy with it. I wasn't pissed because I know this means Kelsey is almost 100% gone after this year because she was very involved in this decision.
You're assuming it's his replacement.
Right.
It's his,
I now love this pick for the main factor that we still ended up with Nakobe Dean, another national champion on the Georgia defense, one of the best linebackers in the draft, falling to us in the 3rd round. Back to this Cam Jurgens pick. You know what I always forget? And a lot of people have already forgotten in Philly. Brandon Brooks retired, guys. Like, he's not on this offensive line anymore. It's a guy that we always expected in the beginning of the season to be our star right guard. So I was thinking, because I forgot about Brooks, where's this? This guy's not even going to play day one. Cam Jurgens is a day one starter. I thought he was not going to touch the field this year. I think they're going to start him over Sayamalu because Dickerson is now going to be a full-time guard. Jurgens is going to be our center. Dickerson will be a guard for the foreseeable future. I think he plays left guard, as in Landon Dickerson. Kelsey obviously plays center. And I think they're going to put Jurgens at right guard because he can play guard. So this guy might actually help out a lot on day one. And that's what I was mad about because we might not have a guy to help day one. Jurgens might actually be that guy, which would be great because we all know that we need a good offensive line to win. This is what Philadelphia has been built around, is them trenches. And that's what we went with on the D-line and the offensive line. And that's what helps us win games.
Yep.
And we still end up with Nakobe Dean. George, please give me your reaction to this draft. Give me a grade, like A plus to an F. What is the grade, including the A.J. Brown trade, because I was involved in the draft? What is the grade of the Eagles 2022 NFL draft?
Dude, it's an A. It is. Yeah, come on. You trade the 18th pick. You have all this draft capital, man. You use one of them, and the talk the whole time. It's like, yeah, maybe when we had 3 picks, it's like, hey, maybe you can use picks to get a wide receiver, blah blah blah. You never know. Going in the draft, dude, nobody expected that. A.J. Brown, 18th pick and a 3rd for A.J. Brown. And then you lock him up off the bat. 4 years, $100 million. I don't care about the guarantee money. That's amazing. It's an amazing deal, dude. He's so young. When is he, 24?
24 years old.
Like, you expect him to be that guy. And you now have a number 1. Like, I love Devonta Smith, dude. But it just takes a lot of pressure off him. You got 2 guys that can do this. Plus, I'm not gonna he's best friends with Hurts. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. We'll see where that leads everything, but that's cool. And you know, going to round 2, everyone's expecting a Kobe Dean. Don't get into Kobe Dean. The pick does make sense, though. It seems like it is a Jason Kelce type of replacement that you could be getting, which is obviously great because Kelce is just everything to us. So when he goes, it was great to have somebody that he had on the same team coming in, boom, learn from him, all that. 3rd round, man. You get a projected top 15 linebacker. Top 15. I don't care about the injury.
Neither do I.
I don't care about the injury, dude. It's a 3rd round pick. I'm like, we're gonna use it on a top 15 talent. He's literally a top 15 talent in the draft, dude. On a national championship defense.
We were talking about getting this guy in round 1.
Yeah,
we were talking about maybe using our first pick on Nakobe Dean.
Yeah,
and we got him in the 3rd round.
I know. You're literally thinking first pick that the Eagles take could be Nakobe Dean. 72 tackles, 10.5 for loss, 6 sacks, 2 picks in 2021 for that national championship defense. It's a no-brainer. You're getting 2 guys from the Georgia defense. I don't care. I don't care. I love it. 1st round and 3rd round, and probably both guys are 1st round talents. So it's a no-brainer. You do that, you get AJ Brown, you get Kelce's possible replacement. It's probably going to give you time this year playing too. It's a perfect draft for Howie. And it's funny because after the first pick, everyone wanted Kyle Hamilton, myself included. I did want Kyle Hamilton. I did, and I was really mad. And Howie was like, "Hey, it's all good. I got you.
Fine.
I got you. Here's AJ Brown. Shut up."
At the end of the day, I still think I would take Hamilton over Jordan Davis. Like, I would still say that.
I would too. I really like Hamilton. I think he's gonna be a stud. I really thought we were setting up for Honey Badger.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, man. And it's
now he's in New Orleans for the next 3 years for $33 million.
Yep. Yeah. But hey, draft, incredible. I'm very, very pleased with Howie. I'm pleased the way everything went. We got ourselves a blockbuster, got ourselves guys that are gonna come in from day one and be an asset. So I can't complain. I'm very happy.
I love it. I really do love it. But what this really sets it up for, in my eyes, a team is only as good as their quarterback is. For the most part. Only as good as quarterback is. It's now for Jalen Hurts. He has been given more than what most quarterbacks can say in this league. He is given one of the best offensive lines in football, along with the 2nd round pick of another offensive lineman that maybe wasn't even really necessary, but it's helping you. Then you are then given another star receiver. You have 2 star receivers along with an amazing tight end in Dallas Goedert, with an amazing offensive line, with Miles Sanders at running back, come on, I know like there's been up and downs with Miles Sanders, but the guy is a baller. There is no downside to this offense anymore. If Hurts doesn't play well, we're done with the Jalen Hurts conversation. And I know that, we should stay positive. Good things happened, but you got to look at everything. If this team doesn't do well, he has so much built around him. He has a good defense. He's a great D-line. The linebacker core actually looks really good now. The secondary, not very good, which whatever. But that's your biggest issue, is your secondary now? We've been hearing that for years in Philly. Come on now.
Yep.
And now, Jalen Hurts has everything that a quarterback could ask for. Everything. I truly mean that. Guys don't get this. And Jalen Hurts now has it. It's time to show that you belong in this league. If he does bad, he's gone, right, George? Like, we're off the Jalen Hurts train, right? Like, we're drafting a quarterback next year. I don't care if Jalen Hurts has a season just like last year. I don't care if we make playoffs. If we make the playoffs just like we did last year, Jalen Hurts plays the same way, overthrowing guys, making bad decisions, can't stay in the pocket for more than 2 seconds. I don't care if we make playoffs. He needs to go. Yeah. I hope there's more. I hope that Jalen Hurts does do well.
Yeah.
But this is the time to show that you can do well in this league.
Yeah, you're set up, dude. You're set up. The Eagles set you up. You got everything that you could ask for, and then you got your best friend on there. That's also incredible at
Yeah,
catching the
that too.
football. Yeah, it's like
What guys get that? You get your best friend, your college roommate
yeah,
on
dude.
your team. Who gets that?
Yeah, and it is a lot of pressure because, like you said, if he doesn't perform this year and he doesn't do well, and it shows that he doesn't develop, and it's the flaws that we were worried about are still there all year next year. Bye Jalen, because guess what? Next year's quarterback class is loaded, like out the ass loaded, man. They are. You could see 5 quarterbacks taken in the top 10, and
Yeah,
the Eagles have picks for them, dude. Like I like, hey, listen, if we have a chance to get Bryce Young, I'm dropping everything. Like, come on, like, it's
everything.
not. I'm dropping everything.
Everything.
But Jalen, this is 100% improving you because the way things are set up, the Eagles are building perfectly. They're doing everything that we wanted them to do. They're building around everything and keeping Jalen there. They're building around everything else. They're getting better in every aspect. And if they have to worry about a quarterback next year, they will because they have the draft capital and Jalen's gonna be done if he's not good. So this is it. You're 100% right. It's do or die for Jalen. Do I expect him to be good? Yeah, I expect him to be. I expect him to. Yeah, I expect him to look like a good quarterback. I do. I don't.
I hope so.
I don't have a lot of faith in Jalen Hurts. I don't like him much as a franchise quarterback, but he's set up very well nicely now, and we
Yeah.
have a great offense, and I could see things going his way. I could definitely see things going his way, which would be great. That's ideal. I want the Birds to be good, and I think next year. I mean, stop me if I'm wrong, but we're gunning for that division.
Yeah,
Like for
you have
sure,
to
we're
be.
gunning for that division. That
You
we're
have to
gunning
be.
for that. Yeah, it's 100%.
Well, that actually kind of brings up what my last question on this segment was going to be. Way too early standings predictions just for the NFC East. Just for the NFC East.
Okay. Yeah.
What are your predictions on the standings this year for the NFC East?
Ooh, man.
I know I got you on the spot here.
I don't want to be. See, like I want to say the Eagles, but I'm gonna go. Man, yeah, I'm gonna go. All right, fine. I'm gonna go Birds, Dallas, Commanders, Giants.
Okay.
Birds are
I
winning the
like it.
division. I don't care. Birds win the division. This division's open. I don't sound too crazy saying that. This
No.
division is wide open. I do think. I think the Birds win. I think the Cowboys come in second. And I think Carson comes in third.
Okay. I like it.
I do.
I think I probably will agree with you. I think the Cowboys had a really, 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 really bad draft. Like
Yeah, they did.
possibly the
It was
worst
weird.
draft.
Yeah, it was
Possibly the
weird.
worst draft in the NFL. And they also lost out on Amari Cooper. I still think they're going to be fine. I think this
Yeah,
team's still going to be good, the Dallas Cowboys.
yeah, that'll be good.
But I'm going for the sole fact that no team has won the division 2 years straight, right? That didn't happen. No, because Washington won 2 years ago. So no team has won 2 years straight in the division in how long now?
It's been like
It
10 years
doesn't. It
or
it
more than
doesn't
that.
happen.
Yeah,
It's longer. It
yeah,
just doesn't happen. Um, And I just think the schedule is really easy for the Eagles. I think they're set up to win a lot of games. And I think it's going to start a lot of controversy towards the end of the year because if Jalen Hurts doesn't play well, this team will still be good enough to win a lot of games this year.
oh yeah,
Um, just because of how bad the schedule is. So I do think the Eagles will win the division. I also will have Dallas in second. And probably Commanders third. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to play well, which hurts my heart to say. So I don't think he'll do well in Washington, but I think the Giants are just not a very good team. I think they have a really good come up because they did have a really, really, really good draft. Also, I love the Kayvon pick and the
love it.
Evan Neal pick.
Yeah,
Love it. I don't think they're good enough yet, but I think that once they get another quarterback, since they didn't pick up Daniel Jones' fifth-year option, the Giants will be good very, very soon. But again, you and me agree on our standings as well. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants. But again, that is the way too early NFC East standings
way
prediction.
too early.
Way too early. So don't take that for granted at all. Moving on to our last segment. I put it in the description because I didn't really know what to fully put about this Phillies team. I put the Phillies are good question mark, bad question mark. So let me ask you that question, George. Is this Phillies team like good or bad right now?
The Phillies are fine.
We've been saying that.
The Phillies are okay. No, the Phillies are a good the Phillies are a good baseball team. They are. The Phillies are a good baseball team. Like listen, it's way, way, way too early
It
to
is.
push any type of like panic button or anything.
Yeah.
We're looking good in this game. Say we win this game, we're 500. Could be in a lot worse situations. I'd say this team pitching and offensively is at least top 13, top 12 in the league. I'd say, like, in general, I'd put them like top 12. I think things are I think things are fine except for one little thing, and it's the manager. Like, dude, I can't stand him. I just thank you for putting Schwarber at leadoff today, but
Yeah, he's back.
dude, like, all right, so like, we get no hit, which was a stupid no hitter. I don't
Yeah.
care about that no hitter. It's freaking combined with a boatload of pitches. It's not a doesn't matter. I don't care. Come out the next night, great win. You get no hit and you bounce back. 4-1 win. You look good. Schwarber bombed deep late in the game, and then Reese follows it up, makes it 4-1. Awesome. Then you come out Sunday and you're hitting, but you let up 10 runs. Just not a good at all game. It just sucked to watch. It really did. It really sucked the life out of you. But the biggest part about that game for me was Joe Girardi not getting mad or standing up for anything. Like
Yep.
Alec Boehm gets hit, throws his bat on the ground, pissed off. Joe G just sitting there. Just sitting there. Like at a certain point, you got to get this team riled up, right? I feel like there's nothing in that dugout from him. Nothing ever. And that was a really heated thing, dude. Everybody gets warnings. Everybody gets warnings. This is after they purposely throw at Schwarber twice. Get warnings. Oh, Boehm gets hit. No one gets thrown out. Like off the bat, as a manager, right or wrong, what are you doing? You're getting up and you're
Yeah.
you're getting out on that field. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, throw somebody out. What are we doing? It just pisses me off. I don't like the mojo that Joe Girardi gives. It's not right. And finally the lineup looks better. Schwarber back in the leadoff spot. Boomer at second.
I love that.
Back second in the lineup. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Like bearing like injuries, but that's cool. I like that. So yeah, Joji's pissed me off. But I think everything else is fine, dude. Like Nola has been great. He had one bad start. He looked good. The bullpen looks fine. Like you got guys in there. Brad Hand has been looking great, which is
He's looked
oh
great.
yeah, he's looked awesome. How similar are Joji and Doc? They're both at the bottom of the barrel dumpster. It's like they're both at the bottom. Like you don't even got to compare it. It's terrible. Everything looks good though. I really am fine with this Phillies team, and I think Brad Hand looks good, and I think you got a few guys in there that you can throw out and be successful with. And this team is gonna hit. This team's gonna hit. The hits are gonna come. The hits come, and sometimes you have a bad game. It's baseball. It's how it is. I think this is a top 10 team at least offensively, and I think overall we probably top 12 team in baseball. So I'm not worried at all. I don't feel scared of this that Mets series. That Mets series didn't scare me off. I hate the Mets. I hate that they're doing this whole everyone's trying to hit us with baseballs thing. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're the bad guys. Nobody's gunning for you, but I think their success is real. I don't know if it's going to be consistent. I just don't.
I hear
I
you.
I think there's going to be chances to take over, and we're seeing the Mets very soon again. And I know that the schedule gets so much harder, but like technically, we had I think a top 3 hardest schedule in all of baseball to start the year, like up to this point,
Mm-hmm.
and we were one game under 500. I know this next month is going to be hard, but like this team's going to push. This team can hit. We know it. This team at times, like, Kyle Gibson's Kyle Gibson, and that is cool. I like Kyle Gibson. Aaron Nola has looked awesome. Zach Wheeler, and I love Zach Wheeler. Ranger Suarez looks really good. Like, he's throwing it, like, everything is great moving. He looks like the pitcher like that he was last year. Obviously, not the 1.5 guy. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We're not an ERA Ranger season, but I'm very happy with everything. I really am. I just think Joe Girardi's a fucking bonehead.
Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
This guy, I have been a supporter of Joe Girardi since we got him.
Oh, yeah. You've been.
Oh, I've loved the signing. And
I
loved it at the time. And I haven't really fallen off much. Scotty asked how similar is Joe G and Doc. And they're similar in the way that people don't like the way that they manage. We don't like how Doc manages. Not a lot of people do. I think that the game of basketball kind of just, moved forward and Doc kind of stayed. So his coaching doesn't really translate that well. Joe Girardi, on the other hand, he's kind of too far ahead. He loves the analytics. He likes moving stuff around. Doc is stuck in his ways. Joe Girardi moves stuff around all the time. Again, that's something that we knew at the time of the signing, and it's the reason why I really liked him. And that is not something that I hate about Joe Girardi. I don't care about the lineups getting moved around. I really don't. I've never heard a player complain, I was in the 4 spot instead of 3 today. Like, I'm pissed. Stop it right there. It doesn't matter. And I get the comfortability thing. Stop. The players don't really care that much. They really don't.
No.
I like the analytical side of baseball. Joe might use a little bit too much, but again, I still think that's a way to win ball games.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like about Joe is something that you did just mention. The guy just doesn't get out there. The most that we've seen him do is that one night we actually left early that game. And we were texting about it. Is when Kyle Schwarber got himself ejected and Joe came out and he didn't even yell. He kind of actually calmed the umpire down, which, what? Like, what's going on here? I need Joe out there yelling. I need him out there. And you know what? We saw Gabe Kapler do it before, and we were both huge Gabe Kapler guys.
Yeah. No.
I still don't regret the decision. I really don't.
No.
I really don't.
No.
And I still think Joe can be fine. It's just I think he needs to get back like in love with baseball again. It just seems something's missing.
I've been again 2 years.
I know that I'm on the other side of this. And maybe it's just I've just always supported Joe Girardi. I just see something changing. Let this team, once it lights a fire, I think Joe might maybe he will. I have faith that's going to happen. This is contract year. He's not done managing yet. Joe's not done. And if he gets fired, that looks bad. He doesn't want to be fired, does he? I don't think he's at that spot.
I don't know. I think it doesn't look like he really wants to be here, man. He's very.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that. I don't think he doesn't want to be here because no one. Okay, maybe it's not that. I don't get why he wouldn't want to be here.
I don't get it either. He just
fans have not hated on him at all, much at all these past 2 years. It's been very minimal.
Got it much worse.
10 times worse.
And that started from day one. Joe G
from day one.
Loved. Everyone loved him.
Before this year, people just had a little bit of questions, but it was nothing bad.
Mm-hmm.
So what's there to not want to be here? He just got all the signings you could ask for. It was given to him. He has, you know what I mean? Like, he got the signings, and now he gets to manage players. Yeah. So I don't get why he wouldn't want to be here. I don't think it's that. I don't have an answer to what it is, but I can't imagine a reason why he wouldn't want to be here. I don't know what it is.
I don't get it.
But the thing is that he's never really been known to be that fiery coach.
Yeah.
He never has been.
That's true. That is
Which
true.
Sucks because we want to see that, but he's never been that guy.
No, it's true. It's just
He's
like
been
in certain situations, like it's your duty.
right.
Like you gotta
And
do it. And when Bohm gets hit like that after warnings, I don't care if it's intentional or not.
yeah,
Like you have to go scream and say, "Fucking
yeah,
throw me out."
and
Yeah, just I don't know.
I don't want to give these excuses for Joe,
Yeah,
but
of
again,
course.
it's things that we probably should expect with him. What we need to expect about Joe is he's a very laid back coach. You know what I mean? He's gonna act whatever with the players. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna go manage a game like he's supposed to do, and he doesn't think any more or any less than that. And that's how he's always been. Joe and Doc. Wow, I just thought it was very similar.
Yeah,
Doc's
that's a
look.
good that was a good one. I was
Doc's
thinking about that.
only championship win, he had maybe one of the best teams of all time in Boston. Joe's only World Series win might have been one of the best teams in the '09 Yankees.
Yeah, because we were really fucking good that year.
That Yankees team was incredible in '09.
Yeah, it was just
Joe didn't have to do much. But again, I still do like what he's done these past 3 years. I'm on the other side of that. No, I care that the lineup gets moved around a lot. I really don't. And I want to express it to everyone. Players don't care about that.
I don't, but he's got to figure it out. Like Schwarber needs to stay at leadoff. Can we can we just move him at leadoff?
Look, I like that, but he needed to be moved. And look, he picked up the pace, and
Yeah.
now he's back.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. If you're not playing well, and he gave him 10 games to do it. 10 games he let off straight, and Kyle Schwarber batted 150. I don't care. In a 10-game stretch, you shouldn't be leading off anymore. I don't care. Unless you're Bryce Harper, you should not be in the same spot that you are. Because Schwarber he's not a Bryce Harper. He should have been moved down the lineup.
Still an $80 million man. Why did we sign him? Why did we sign him? To be our leadoff guy. It's
right, but he played really bad. Once he picks it back up, then you put him back in that spot. And look, he already got back there. He needed some sort of change to fix that. He got some guys that were able to bat ahead of him. He got some clutch homers. It lit a fire under him, and now he's leading off. We might be talking. We look at all the negatives that coaches have done, and I'm very prone to doing it, especially with Doc Rivers. Joe Girardi, this Kyle Schwarber decision was actually, in my eyes, smart. Kyle Schwarber did not play well at leadoff. To start off, he's a leadoff hitter. Played terribly, really bad, to where it was actually affecting this team. Then we move stuff around, put random guys leading off. I think JT let off a couple times, Gene Segura let off a couple times. While Kyle Schwarber got his number 5 and number 6 at bats. Now he comes back firing. Now he is the leadoff hitter again. The reason why is he got moved in the lineup. He felt he had to do more, and now he is back leading off. Alec Bohm was playing bad in the set, or was playing great in the 7 hole. You play well, you move up in the lineup. He's batting second when Nick Castellanos isn't in the lineup. That's what happens. You play well, you move up. You play bad, you go down. Anyone besides Bryce Harper fits in that category. I don't care. Bryce Harper stays at number 3. Cool. Other than that, if you're not playing well over more than a 3-game span, set him down the lineup, because he's not deserving of getting as many at-bats as guys that are playing hot. Gene Segura was playing hot. That's why he got leadoff spot role. That's why he was getting the most at-bats on the team, because he was playing well. And now Schwarber has, and now he's going to lead off. And I think it's the way that Joe manages games, and that's why we can win games. So, I love the way Joe manages.
Do you think if he starts slumping, he's going to move him in the lineup?
Schwarber?
Yeah.
Over it, if it's again around a 10-game stretch.
Come on, we can't, dude.
Yes, you can.
He has to stay in the leadoff spot.
If he's batting 100, if he gets 3 hits in 10 games, yeah, I don't want him leading off. I don't care. I don't.
I just feel like,
and that goes for any leadoff hitter, for most leadoff hitters. I don't care.
I get it to a certain point. I just feel like you signed him to be your lead. Like the one thing that the Phillies just never had. It's like we need somebody to lead off. We need a leadoff guy. That's all we need. And it just feels like signing Schwarber was like, okay, this is the missing piece.
Right. But
keep him at leadoff. We saw what he does at leadoff. And all right, if we see what he does at leadoff, and if the Boston Red Sox kept him at leadoff throughout everything, You have to, because the Red Sox are smarter than us. Like that, from top to bottom, like front office to coaching, like from Bloom to Cora, like they're smarter than us. They are.
But he
And
wasn't batting 100 over a 10-game stretch.
no, but he slumps. Like the Schwarber
Not
slumps.
as bad as he was slumping. He slumped really bad those first 10 games.
Oh,
like
yeah, I'm with you. It was
really
awful.
bad. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have been getting those at best. Let me give you this comparison real quick, right?
Yeah.
Last year, Zach Wheeler, before his Cy Young year, Zach Wheeler was a guy that had the potential to be really good, right? Aaron Nola was still our ace last year. No one could have told us different, right? Yeah. Aaron Nola didn't play well last year. Zach Wheeler pitched at a Cy Young year. Aaron Nola was our opening day starter, even when Wheeler wasn't hurt, right? Okay. Say we make the wild card last year. You don't stay consistent since Aaron Nola was our number one guy. No. You put in Zach Wheeler because he's playing better. I know it's different circumstances, but think of it in that way. If Schwarber is in a huge slump, you get someone in there at one of the most important spots in the lineup to lead off that game. That's how I view it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I do.
And I respect both sides. I want to see Schwarber at the leadoff spot. That's what he's supposed to be. Yeah, when he's not playing well, I'm fine with getting switched. And in my eyes, anyone in this lineup can get moved around as many times except for Bryce Harper.
I respect that.
Plain and simple. That's how I view it.
You're not moving Bryce.
No, Bryce, leave him in his number 3 spot. That's what he is made for. And he is the guy he is just literally the guy. No one else has that title. No one else has a title in this team. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. So that's how I view it. That's how I Joe, he's pissing me off with this whole attitude thing. But how he manages games, I'm on the total opposite side. I love how Joe Girardi manages games. I don't think that, his pitching decisions aren't always the best. It's a little bit weird. Like how Joely Rodriguez will be in for 2 innings while we're up by 2. Those kind of things are weird. But how he does the lineup, I have not one issue with.
All right.
I'm on the opposite side of that.
I hope we don't have to go into that again because Schwarber just stays hot for the next 140.
And he doesn't even have to stay hot. He has to play as long as he's not in a slump. No, he's batting 100 over 10 games.
Don't be insanely inconsistent. I know what you're saying. Yeah, like the beginning of this year was
terrible. He was striking out 3 times a game,
and he was taking dad hacks, dude. He was swinging. He was just swinging the swing. Like he was just guessing.
He looks different now, right?
He looks really.
He got out of the pressure situation of leading off. Dude, now he's back.
That home run.
Can we give Joe Girardi some credit with that, please?
I'm not gonna give him credit.
It worked. It worked.
No, I'm not gonna give him credit. He didn't take that slump because I'm not gonna do that.
Stop. This is exactly what Joe Girardi played. Okay, that's fine.
But I will say, did you see him hit that homer off one knee?
Yeah, I did.
He's on one knee.
Yeah, Schwarber.
A lot of power, dude.
Strong boy.
I don't know how, dude. I thought it was a fly ball.
All right, but we are 54 minutes in. We've gone over everything we wanted.
Yeah.
Give us a final score update, stuff that's going on right now for the Phillies. Give us a little update real quick before we get out.
Yes, sir. We got a little 3-2 ball game in the top of the 4th. Tune into Phil and then put in the background little Phils. You'll see that score run up because bats are hot. The bats are hot. Right?
Hot. All right, but thank you guys for watching. At 8:00, 5 minutes from right now, Phil Stifle is live with Fairway to Heaven, talking over so much stuff that I do not understand, but I'm sure a lot of you guys probably do. Yeah, Phil's awesome, so he will be live in 5 minutes. Thank you guys all for the support. Again, we try to do Monday and Fridays at 9 p.m. Sixers playoffs game is a little bit different, but once NBA season's done, we will be back on track with our normal schedule, so we will see as time goes. Follow us on Twitter to get more updates at _George Ryder and at JHorwath11. Also follow at DSM_media on Twitter, and anything else you guys want to follow is in the description below. George, the way I think we're going to end this, I think we're just going to say go Phils.
Go Phils?
Go Phils, baby.